I built my six-figure Etsy business while still working my corporate job full-time. Yep, for an entire year, I juggled creating digital products, managing my shop, and showing up at my 9 to 5 every day. Actually, every side hustle I started, whether it was selling digital products, trying out Amazon FBA, or even doing wedding photography, I did while working full-time. So if you've been dreaming of starting a business but feel like your full-time job is holding you back, this video is for you. I'm going to share exactly how I made it work and how you can do it too. So let's talk about why I highly recommend starting a business while still working a full-time job. Did I say highly? First off, let's talk about money. Most of us don't have a trust fund to fall back on or like a massive savings account to act as a safety net while we're building a business from scratch. Having a full-time job gives you that financial safety net while you're still starting out. You don't have to stress about covering your bills or paying your rent while you're still trying to figure out if your business idea is even going to work. For me, that paycheck from my 9 to 5 gave me the freedom to try my business idea without feeling like I was risking everything. Then there's the whole trial and error phase. Starting a business takes some experimenting, and you'll probably make some mistakes along the way. I definitely did. But when you have a job, those mistakes don't feel like the end of the world. You get to test your idea, tweak it, and improve it without feeling the pressure of needing it to succeed right away. So yeah, working your 9 to 5 while building a side hustle might feel overwhelming at first, but trust me, it is the best way to go about it. Building a business is stressful enough on its own. You don't need the added pressure of worrying about where you'll get your rent or how you'll be able to buy groceries while you're at it. This way, you've got the stability to experiment, to learn, and to grow without putting your entire livelihood on the line. Okay, now let's talk about the step-by-step process on how to build a business while working full-time. Now, there are so many business ideas out there, it can get overwhelming, but here's the thing. I don't believe all of them will work if you're already juggling a full-time job. Here's where you need to be realistic. If you choose a business that requires you to be there 24/7, like maybe running a restaurant, a brick and mortar retail store, a farm, or like some type of agricultural business, you're probably going to burn out faster than you think. These kinds of businesses need you to be super hands-on to succeed, and trying to balance that with a 9 to 5 is like asking for stress overload. Instead, I recommend looking for business ideas that are flexible and easier to manage alongside your full-time job. For example, selling digital products on Etsy, offering freelance services like writing or graphic design, maybe starting a dropshipping store, or even content creation. These business models let you put in the work during your free time without constantly needing your full attention. The bottom line, pick something that fits your schedule and lifestyle right now. The goal is to set yourself up for success, not exhaustion. All right, so you've got your business idea. Amazing. Now it's time to dive into research. And by research, I mean you need to find out everything about what it takes to get started. Trust me, the more you know up front, the smoother your journey will be. Here's a quick checklist of things to look into before starting your business idea. Startup costs. How much will it cost to get started? Do you need software, materials, or licenses? Time commitment. How much time will this business require weekly? Can you realistically fit it into your schedule? Skills and tools needed. Do you need to learn new skills or maybe invest in some tools? Target audience. Who are you selling to? What are their needs and how does your product or service solve their problem? Competitors. Are there similar businesses already out there? What are they doing right and what can you do to stand out? Marketing plan. How will you get the word out? Will you use social media, ads, or just word of mouth? Scalability. Can this business grow over time or is it limited by how much time you can personally invest? Business structure. Are you running your business as a sole proprietor or do you need to set up an LLC or a corporation? Legal requirements. Do you need a business license, permits, or special certifications to get started? Take this list and start digging. Watch YouTube videos or TikTok videos, read blog posts, join Facebook groups, or even reach out to people who've done something similar. And I promise you, there are tons of resources out there that will answer every question you have. We're lucky to live in a digital age where information is just a few clicks away, so take full advantage of that. I learned everything about my side hustles just by researching online, and I'm confident that you can too. All right, now that you've done your research, it's time to get serious about your schedule. Building a business while working full-time means your time is already limited, so having a solid plan, is non-negotiable. If you don't plan your time, it's way too easy to let the day slip by. You'll end up feeling like you're always busy, but you're not actually getting anything done for your business. What I recommend is creating a weekly plan that includes all your non-negotiables, like your work hours, family time, workouts, or anything that's already part of your routine. Once you've got those locked in, look for pockets of time where you can focus on your business. For example, maybe you have an hour in the morning before work, or maybe your evenings are free after dinner. Even just a few hours a week can add up if you're consistent. There's actually a study published in the Journal of Applied Psychology that says individuals who set specific implementation intentions, essentially a detailed plan on when, where, how they'll be completing a task, were more likely to follow through on their goals compared to those who did not. For example, participants who wrote a specific plan like, I will work between 7 to 8 p.m. every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at my home office, were more likely to follow through and stick with their schedule than those who simply intended to work on their business without a clear plan. This is because having a schedule reduces decision fatigue and turns your goals into actionable steps. When you know exactly when and where you'll work on something, there's less room for procrastination or excuses. So grab a planner, open a calendar app, or even just write it down on a piece of paper. Make a plan, stick to it, and watch how much progress you can make even with a busy schedule. All right, let's talk about tools because trust me, the right ones can make your life so much easier. Tools are there to simplify tasks, save you time, and keep things running smoothly. So don't hesitate to use it to your advantage. Now, I know what you're thinking, tools sound expensive, but here's the good news. There are tons of affordable resources perfect for side hustlers just starting out. For example, if you're selling digital products, Canva is a lifesaver for designing templates, and it's free to start with. If you're managing projects or planning content, there are tools like Trello or Notion that keeps everything organized without you spending a dime. If you need to schedule social media posts, there are apps like Buffer or Later that offer free plans that are perfect for beginners. And if you're setting up a website or planning to sell things online, platforms like Wix or Payhip make it easy and affordable to get started. The key is to pick tools that fit your business needs without overcomplicating things. Start small, explore free or budget-friendly options, and only upgrade if you absolutely need to. When you're building a business while juggling a full-time job, it is super important to start small. And I mean really small, like maybe just a few products or one type of service. Why? Because starting small lets you focus. Instead of trying to do everything at once, you can channel all your energy into doing a few things really well. It's way less overwhelming and it gives you the chance to test the waters without taking on too much. For example, if you're selling digital products, maybe start with less than 10 products. See how it performs, gather feedback, and then use that to improve or expand. Or if you're offering a service like social media management, stick to one platform first and don't try to master Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube all at once. Starting small also helps you manage your time better because you gotta remember, you are still working a full-time job and your hours are very limited. By focusing on just a few things, you'll avoid spreading yourself too thin and burning out before you even get your business off the ground. So don't stress about launching a huge inventory or offering every service under the sun. Start small, keep it manageable, and grow as you learn. Trust me, slow and steady wins the race. All right, so you've started small, tested your idea, things are going well, great. Now it's time to think about scaling your business, but here's the thing, you have to do it gradually. Scaling isn't about blowing up overnight. It's about growing in a way that's sustainable and realistic, especially because you're still working full-time. Start by offering a few products at a time, maybe offering an upgraded version of your service or targeting a slightly bigger audience. Baby steps. For example, if you're selling digital products, maybe you can expand your offering by including bundles or making more designs of just your best sellers. If you're providing a service, you can increase your rates as you gain more experience, or you can add a premium package for your clients. The beauty of scaling gradually is that it allows you to adjust as you go. You can figure out what's working, tweak what's not, and avoid feeling overwhelmed by taking on too much too fast. And here's a little tip. Reinvest some of your profits into tools and resources that help you save time. Maybe you can hire a virtual assistant to handle admin tasks, or upgrade to a premium version of a tool that's been a game changer for you. Remember, there's no rush to go from 0 to 100. Rushing will sometimes lead you to burnout. Slow, steady, and intentional growth will take you much further in the long run. Okay, now let's talk about some challenges you might face along the way and how you can overcome them. One of the biggest challenges you are going to face when building a business while working full-time is obviously time management. And here is the hard truth. Sacrifices will have to be made. There is no way around it. You only have so many hours in a day, and if you are serious about your side hustle, you will need to carve out time for it. That might mean skipping Netflix binges, saying no to weekend plans, or waking up earlier than you're used to. But here's the thing, those sacrifices don't have to feel like torture. Focus on why you're doing this. Remind yourself that this is temporary and it's all a part of building something bigger for your future. Now, like what I said earlier, to stay on track, I recommend creating a schedule and sticking to it like your business depends on it, because it does. Maybe you work on your business 2 evenings during the week and you dedicate your whole Saturday mornings to it. Find what fits your lifestyle and make it a non-negotiable. Another thing you might face is burnout. Building a business while working full-time can push you to your limits. If you're not careful, burnout can creep in faster than you think. But here's the good news. It is totally avoidable as long as you're being intentional about it. First off, remember this. You don't have to do everything all at once. I know the excitement of starting can make you want to tackle everything immediately. I know this because I've been there, but pacing yourself is key. Nobody is rushing you to finish fast. Break down your tasks into smaller, manageable steps and tackle them one at a time. For example, when I'm making templates, I don't make it a goal to finish everything in one sitting. That is exhausting mentally. I'll usually give myself a goal of maybe finishing 10 pages and then I'll take a rest and get back to it later if I can. Next, give yourself permission to rest. I know hustle culture tells us to work 24/7, but let me tell you that rest is just as important as the grind. Schedule downtime into your week and stick to it. Use that time to recharge, whether it's spending time with your loved ones, taking a walk, or maybe binge watching your favorite show, guilt-free. Lastly, listen to your body and mind. If you're feeling overwhelmed, take a step back and reassess. Is there something you can delegate, simplify, or postpone? Your health, both mental and physical, always comes first because without it, your business will literally not exist. Personally, if I don't feel like working, it's usually my body's way of telling me to slow down, and I listen to it. So don't be too hard on yourself. Resting isn't a setback. It's a part of the process. So work hard, but don't forget to take care of yourself along the way. You are building something amazing and you will enjoy it so much more if you're not running on empty. Now let's talk about staying motivated because let's face it, the grind isn't always going to feel very exciting. There will be days when you're just not in the mood, and that is completely normal. The key is figuring out how to keep going even when your motivation dips. There's a quote I read on Pinterest actually, and I saved it on my phone. It says, "Follow your plan, not your mood." Our moods are so unpredictable. Some days you wake up ready to conquer the world, and other days you just want to binge Netflix and forget everything. If you let your mood decide your actions every time, you'll always be at the mercy of how you feel in the moment. That's why knowing your why is so important. Remind yourself why you started. Like, what is your end goal? Is it financial freedom, more time for yourself or your family, or pursuing your passion? Write it down, put it somewhere you'll see every day, and let that be your anchor when things get tough. Also, celebrate your progress no matter how small. Every sale, every task completed, every step forward is worth acknowledging. Those little wins add up and can keep you energized to push through. I personally screenshot every small wins that I have and save it on my favorites folder on my phone so that I can always look back on it every time I'm feeling down or feeling unmotivated to remind me that I didn't come this far only to get this far. And it usually does the trick. Another tip that I have is to surround yourself with inspiration. Follow people who are in the same journey, maybe join online communities or listen to podcasts that fire you up. Seeing others succeed reminds you that it's possible for you too. You've got this. So let me tell you how I built my 6-figure Etsy business while working a full-time, high-pressure corporate job. So I actually used to work for a trust company and I used to handle accounts with millions and millions of dollars. So the pressure is definitely up there. So here's how I did it. First, I picked a business idea. I wanted a business that didn't require me to be there physically 24/7 because I'm already juggling a lot on my corporate job. So that's when I settled with selling digital products on Etsy. It was a perfect fit because I could create them on my own time. And once they're listed, I could just sell them over and over again without me doing anything extra. Then I got to work on researching and educating myself. I spent hours watching YouTube videos and reading blog posts. Seriously, every single night after work, that's all I would do. I would lie in my bed and watch YouTube videos of people who are doing the same thing. And then I made a checklist of everything I needed. I used my notes app for everything. Even up to this day, I use my notes app for writing important things about my business. So don't underestimate your notes app. So like what I said, I made a checklist of everything I needed. What platform to sell on, how to design templates, and what products to sell. I literally Googled everything. I wanted to make sure that I knew what I was doing. That is the best way to set yourself up for success, by the way. I mean, it's obvious, but if you're going to a business and you don't know what you're doing, it's going to be so much harder to succeed. So the least you can do is to take advantage of all the resources that are out there online, consume them, absorb them, and use that to your advantage when starting out. Looking back, I think I got lucky that I started in December because the Christmas holidays gave me a little extra time to dedicate to my research. So here's a quick tip. If possible, try starting your business during a period when you know you'll have some extra free time, like maybe during the holidays or during a vacation. Next up, I had to plan my schedule. Working a 9-to-5 meant my time was limited, so I got super intentional about carving out space for my side hustle. I blocked off all my evenings after work and all my weekends to create products and manage my shop. I treated it like an appointment I couldn't skip. It was non-negotiable. I sacrificed a lot of my free time to make this happen. My days off, non-existent. They were basically my hustle days. And if you're serious about building a business, chances are you'll be making some sacrifices too. It's just part of the process. Building something successful from the ground up comes with a price, and this is usually one of them. But don't worry, it's usually worth every bit of the effort in the end. Now, to make life easier, I invested in the right tools. Canva Pro became my best friend for designing templates. Highly, highly, highly recommend. Then when I finally launched, I made sure to start small. I kept it simple and didn't overwhelm myself by trying to create dozens of products right out of the gate. Instead, I focused on one product actually, and it was Instagram templates. I designed Instagram posts, Instagram stories, and Instagram highlights, creating 3 variations of each. That gave me a total of 9 products to launch with. It was straightforward, manageable, and it allowed me to start without feeling completely overwhelmed. Once I got the hang of things, I started to scale gradually. I added more products one at a time, built bundles, and eventually expanded into other niches. Now, to give you a perspective, by the end of year 1, I think I had about less than 50 products, or maybe like exactly 50 products. So I wasn't able to create like hundreds and hundreds of products in my year 1. I just wanted to give you like a realistic expectation of how many products you can make, especially while you're still working a full-time job. I also reinvested some of my earnings into ads to grow my shop even more. And I also hired an accountant to take care of my books, which was an absolute game changer. I didn't rush the process, I just kept building step by step. And here I am now running a 6-figure business that started as a side hustle. These 6 steps really work as long as you stick to them. So if you're thinking about starting a business while still working full-time, trust me, it is 100% doable as long as you take it one step at a time. I hope these tips and insights help you feel more confident about starting your own journey. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this. And hey, let me know in the comments what your business idea is or what step are you currently on. I would love to cheer you on. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!